This is writing question number 1, and what I want to do is tell you that there are 4 basic steps. So when you start the writing section, this will be the first question, and the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to see a reading. This reading will be a 4-paragraph essay, and it'll have a title. The title will be something about, let's say in our example that I'm going to show you, zoos. So what's going to happen in the first paragraph is you're going to read the author's opinion about zoos. They're good, bad, effective, not effective, something like that, some opinion. And in the remaining 3 paragraphs, you're going to get reasons to support that opinion. So you have 3 minutes to take notes and analyze that. When that's finished, you listen to a lecture. The lecture will be with the professor, and this professor is going to give a very structured speech. The professor is going to refute, oppose, be against every single thing the author said, point by point. So first he's going to disagree with the opinion, say no, the author is wrong, and then the professor is going to go against every single reason, one by one, reason 1, 2, and 3 of the author. Once you hear that lecture, take your notes. You're going to get a new screen that allows you 20 minutes to write your essay in response to a question. And the question will always be the same. How does the professor refute or oppose the points made in the reading? And I know some of you may be thinking, well, sometimes it supports, right? Well, in all my years of experience, and from every student I've ever had, for every time I've taken the test, it always opposes. That's the structure, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, let's go ahead and analyze the reading. The first paragraph presents the author's opinion. And if you're familiar with the way we write essays here in the US, or in general, usually the author's opinion, answer, or thesis, whatever you want to call it, is in the last sentence. First, we just generally introduce you to the concept, and then we provide our opinion about it. So what that means is you read quickly until you get to the last 1 or 2 sentences. Then you read carefully, always aware that you're going to see very closely, very soon, the author's opinion. Now, that switches. These are body paragraphs, right? Because they provide the support or the body to the introduction. And in our body paragraphs, we almost always, in general, especially in academic writing, like the Tofel, provide our reason in the first sentence. So what that means is when you read the first sentence, read very carefully. And then you can skim and read quickly the rest, because the rest just provides extra support. It's important, but not as important as the general reason. So you do that for the remaining paragraphs. This is exactly how I want you to take notes. The first thing that you want to do before you begin this question is draw a line right down the middle of your scratch paper. And then you want to draw 3 lines across. And the reason why we do that is because that way we have 8 boxes. 4 on the left and 4 on the right. Now what you want to do is have one side dedicated to your notes on the reading and one side dedicated to your notes on the lecture. And this is really important because this creates great notes with great structure for you to create your essay without too much difficulty, besides just understanding the lecture. Now, in the first box, under the reading section, right, you want to put down your notes on the author's opinion, which we know comes from the last sentence in the introduction. You only want to get down a few words because you don't have that much time, just 3 minutes. And here's one important point. When you're writing during the 20 minutes, the computer screen is going to put the reading right there for you. So you don't have to worry about getting all the details. Just get the basic idea. Now, you put down the notes for the author's opinion here. Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Each box represents notes for each of the paragraphs. Here's another important point. Don't write down the whole sentence. Don't spell out every word. You only have 3 minutes, which passes by pretty quickly. So a few words that get the heart of the idea. The reason why you want to take notes on the reading, even though you see it for 20 minutes when you're writing the essay, is because it prepares you for what you're going to hear. And the notes here are gold. These notes on the lecture equal your score, so you want to listen carefully. And because you know that the lecture is going to oppose the author point by point, you can be prepared. In this area, this creates your introduction, and this is very clear. The article states that, give me the author's opinion in 1 sentence. and provides 3 reasons of support. So you have that structural statement. However, the professor explains that, then explain in about 1 sentence how the professor goes against the opinion. So 1 clear sentence, and refutes, which means goes against, each of the author's reasons. So your introduction is short. It should only take a few minutes to produce, a very short amount of time. The most important pieces of information are in your body paragraphs, and here they are. First, the reading claims that, and then provide reason 1, in 1 sentence only, 2 maximum. Remember, your points don't come from the reading because you always see it. It's always there in your time to write. And then the professor refutes this point by saying that, and then give the beginning of how the professor goes against the author. He states that, she states that, and then give all of the supporting details. Then the second body paragraph. Second, the article posits that. Posits means claim. Nice vocab word for you to use. However, the professor says that, so same structure. According to the professor, give the details. The third paragraph is the exact same. Now, there's no conclusion here because you don't need one. If you want to write one, go ahead, but it does not impact your score. The first thing I want to talk about is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means restating information in your own words. What you want to do is realize that that doesn't matter on this question of the test. What you have to remember is that this test is testing your ability to hear what the professor said. So don't worry about changing his words. You're already citing it. The professor says this, the professor says that. So you're not saying it's your words. You're saying this is what the professor said, and this is how he refuted each of the author's points. Repetition. Remember, repetition does not give you a good score. A lot of students want to try to add to their word count and add to their score by kind of repeating things as they explain them. It doesn't work. The next thing is the reading. Sometimes students want to improve word count and their score by adding more information from the reading in their essay. Doesn't matter, doesn't count, doesn't make a difference. And the last point is practice. So this is the most important thing because practice makes perfect. And remember, if you go ahead and click on that link above, I give you a nice, powerful, good, perfect example of what you can expect on the test. You get the reading, you get the lecture, and you get an opportunity to submit your essay for review. And in a few days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the essays that you have submitted to me from my students and the students here on YouTube or anywhere else, and I'm going to provide another video with feedback. I'm going to analyze your essays and give you feedback. I'm going to give you the example answers and my example notes, so you're really going to learn. But make sure that you practice it right now. Send me that essay, and I'll give you great feedback that'll help you get a higher score. And if you like the explanation here, you'll love it on the site because I have it there in about 5 or so pages of detail. So you're going to learn a lot more about how to attack this question. So once you practice, submit it, go to the site. If you like the way it is, go to About Our Products on the top, and you'll be able to see more of the things that we offer. You might be able to find something that really helps. If you got any questions about it, go to the Contact Us page on my site, linked over there, and you'll be able to get in touch with me directly. Remember, it's all about helping you get a higher score, and this is how you do it. So, I hope you had fun, I hope you learned something. Until next time, bye-bye.